Welcome to the Lose Weight, Live Life podcast. If you're someone who would do anything to lose weight, yet finds it impossible to stick to a diet, to eat less, or just what you think you should, this podcast is for you. I am your host, certified life and weight mindset coach, Clair MACKENZIE. Listen in to learn how to stop overeating, lose weight for the last time, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, all without diet deprivation and self-sabotage. Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to podcast episode number 129. Today we're exploring how you're taking action or not taking action on your weight loss journey. And yes, we're going to be covering some of the things that you can be doing to help you create a better relationship with food and lose weight. But the emphasis is going to be more on how you are doing those things more than what you're doing. So let me give you an example of what I mean when I think of the difference between what you're doing and how you're doing it. Let's take meal planning. The what of meal planning is meal planning, so writing on a piece of paper or putting into an app what meals you're having tomorrow or for the coming week. The how of meal planning incorporates what you're thinking and feeling about meal planning, before planning, whilst planning, and in the post-planning eating review and reflection phase. I'm focusing on the different ways in which we take action on the podcast here today, because this month in the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy, we're diving deep into how we can use the mindset model to help us. And next week, we're focusing on all things around what we call the action line of the mindset model. Now, if you're new to the podcast, if you've not heard me talk about the mindset model before, do go check out podcast episode number 2, What is Weight Loss Mindset? And if you're interested in learning more about how to create a weight loss mindset, you're invited to register for our online class taking place on Thursday, the 20th of July, How to Create a Weight Loss Mindset. Go to www.thebestyou.coach/reg, REG01 to find out more. Secure your place and to get the workbook. Okay, but with the work we're doing here in the Academy this month, we're exploring the specifics of different actions you may or may not be taking on your weight loss journey, the thoughts and feelings fueling them, and the results they're creating. But on the podcast here today, I want to talk in more general terms about the different approaches to taking action. So the different approaches to what you do and don't do, and the difference it makes. I want to talk to you also about evaluating what you do and don't do. And I want to talk to you about the benefits of detaching yourself from the results of the action you take, of the things you're doing. And I want to talk to you about the ripple effect of taking action, of the things that you are doing. Okay, so let's start with the different approaches you may have to how you take action in weight loss. How would you describe the way in which you do the things that will help you lose weight? From how you choose the foods you eat, to how you stay hydrated or drink water, to how you prioritize sleep, how you move, how you journal, how you learn to understand your emotional eating patterns, how you educate yourself around different foods, and the impact they have on hormonal imbalance. These are just a few examples. And of course, there's lots more. So much more that you could be doing when it comes to helping yourself lose weight and have a better relationship with food, a better relationship with yourself and enjoy your life and have optimal physical and emotional well-being. It's a lot, isn't it? Well, whether it feels like a lot and overwhelming or not, all depends on how you think about it. And there is a quote I shared in the Academy members Facebook group recently that is, "You are the greatest project you will ever work on." I'm not sure who it's attributed to. I Googled it just now and it came up as unknown. But when you believe you are the greatest project you will ever work on and you embrace that as a part of who you are, the possible actions that you can take on your weight loss journey might not seem so overwhelming because maybe you don't see them as something you have to get done and ticked off your to-do list, but instead they are just a fundamental part of who you are. They become a part of you being a person trying to take action as quickly. They become a part of you being a person who takes care of her weight and relationship with food and health in small, unobtrusive ways as a matter of course. It's just who you are. And that's very different to being a person trying to take action as quickly as possible to get the results you want, or learning about all the action you could be taking in preparation for when you take action, but you're not actually doing it yet. And of course, I can relate to both of these. They are ways of being that feel very familiar to me. So how would you describe the action you take in your weight loss? Would you describe the action you take in weight loss as resolute, committed, steadfast, unswerving, unwavering, tenacious, persevering, determined, focused, resolute, purposeful? These are just some words, but the words we choose in how we're thinking about how we do things or how we model ourselves on how we do things make a huge difference. You could describe the action you take in weight loss. So again, how you approach doing all the things to help you on your weight loss journey, the ones we just spoke about a moment ago. Maybe you are describing the way in which you are approaching taking that action as half-hearted, apathetic, wavering, fearful, minimal, undecided, uncommitted, unreliable, thoughtless, unplanned, inconsistent, passive. So many different approaches there as well. Okay, so I want you to be thinking about the approach you are taking, the approach you're taking to doing the things that you're doing. So you could be doing the same things that someone else is doing, but the approach that you have to taking and doing those things will make a difference. A couple of years ago, I read the book The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod, and it's a great read and I recommend it. Now, Hal's hypothesis is that unwavering faith and extraordinary effort create miracles. He says that when you do something with 100% conviction, it will get you what you want. And not only that, but you put in extraordinary effort, then you can create the impossible. How many of you think that losing your weight and being able to easily manage it whilst loving how you feel right now is a little impossible? Okay, so how many of you think that the weight loss results you want are out of your reach or not possible for you? I don't think that creating weight loss is a miracle. So I like to rephrase Hal's equation a little bit. I also think that sometimes unwavering faith feels a little bit difficult to achieve. So if you can relate, I suggest you maybe want to try on this equation instead. Think of evolving belief instead of unwavering faith. And if we put a bit more context around extraordinary effort, we could choose to see that as active engagement and unwavering action. Or you can think about what words make most sense and are most meaningful for you. But ultimately, what this gives us is the equation where we have evolving belief added to active engagement with unwavering action equaling not miracles, but a downward weight loss trend and improved relationship with food and yourself. Okay, so next I want to talk a little bit about evaluating what you do and don't do and evaluating the results that you get from what you do and don't do. And again, this is a part of your approach on who you are being and how you are being as you take action on your weight loss journey. The approach that will get you the results you want is the one where you pay attention to what you're doing and not doing and the impact of those things and consciously evaluate what worked and what didn't work and what you learned. Now, just a word of caution here. When it comes to weight loss, there is a lag between what you do and the results you create when it comes to the number on the scales. You eating healthily, in inverted commas, for a few days and then deciding it's not working because the number on the scales hasn't moved yet is going to keep tripping you up. You need to give yourself 2 weeks minimum of consistently doing whatever it is you decided to do, whether it's what you're eating, how you're moving, hydrating, experimenting with timing of meals, etc., etc. 2 weeks minimum of consistently doing something before you decide whether or not it works. That doesn't mean you don't pay attention for 2 weeks. Pay attention, notice what you're thinking and feeling, but pause before you change something, especially when you're changing something because you think it's not working. Again, this is useful to help us see why the type of action we take, resolute, committed, unswerving, tenacious, is more important than what we're actually doing. Okay, so next, let's consider the benefits of detaching yourself from the results of the action that you take. We kind of touched on it in the point I just made above about weight loss lag. So not using the number on the scales as a reason to stop what you're doing because you've not given it enough time to work. But there's more to consider here too. When we're too attached to the result, it's an indication that our resoluteness, our tenacity, our commitment, etc., is not solid. It's a bit like the difference between doing something for another person with the expectation that they will reciprocate or show the appropriate amount of appreciation and gratitude that we would like, versus doing something for another person without condition. The different approaches have a different energy about them and create a different outcome for both people involved. When you do things, when you take action on your weight loss journey, and the only reason is because of the expected outcome or result, you don't embrace doing what you're doing as a part of who you are. And the problem with this, when it comes to weight loss, is that successful weight loss and weight management for life requires long-term, permanent habit changes and ways of thinking about food and eating. Losing weight and managing it for life requires you to become someone who thinks like a slim person, considers themselves and their health a priority. You have to change who you are being in your relationship with food. And it's very difficult to do this when every action you take has a condition of immediate results attached to it. You will, without realizing it, of course, block yourself from achieving the exact results you want. So to be clear, the more you show up and do things to help you with your weight loss without attachment to the results, which is usually the number on the scale going down, the more likely you are to achieve what you want. It may sound counterintuitive. When you detach yourself from the results, this is what's happening. You're reducing stress and anxiety. When you detach yourself from the outcome, you focus on the present moment and the actions that will get you what you want. So you focus on the actions rather than worrying about the potential outcomes. And this can make it less stressful, you're less likely to feel anxious or overwhelmed, and you're likely to make clearer decisions. When you detach yourself from the result, you also might notice increased focus on the process. By detaching from the result, you shift your focus to the process and the actions required to achieve your goal. This allows you to concentrate on what needs to be done rather than being consumed by the end result. Okay, so you approach tasks again with a clearer mind and with better attention to detail. Also, when you're detached from the result, you're likely to have improved decision making. You're better able to make decisions based on rational thinking rather than being influenced by emotional attachments to the outcome. This is what we all tend to do when we're in our diet mentality, isn't it? It's like, okay, I just won't eat anything tomorrow, and then that will give me the results that I wanted to have by the end of the week. It just doesn't work, okay? Also, when you are detached from the results, you will be better equipped to benefit from enhanced learning and growth. You're more open to learning from both the successes and the failures when you're focusing on the process and you're analysing what worked and what didn't work and what you can learn. You're opening yourself up to continuous improvement and personal growth. Again, when you're detached from the results, you're likely to build more resilience because your self-worth is not solely tied to the outcome of seeing the numbers on the scale come down. Okay, so if things don't go as planned, because we all know the scales don't always do what we want them to do, you will bounce back more easily and maintain a more positive attitude. This resilience enables you to persevere through challenges and setbacks, increases your chance of long-term success. Okay, you're also more likely to enjoy the journey more. Detaching from the result can help you find joy and appreciation for the things that you're doing in the process itself, okay, rather than needing the numbers on the scales to come down in order to feel that you can appreciate or enjoy or feel the positive benefits of your weight loss journey, okay? Right, the last thing I want to talk to you about is the ripple effect of taking action. So what do I mean when I talk about the ripple effect? Well, the term ripple effect typically refers to the concept that an action or event can have far-reaching and often unintended consequences. It suggests that the initial action creates a series of reactions that spread outwards, much like the ripples that form when a stone is thrown into a body of water. And when it comes to weight loss, the concept of the ripple effect can be considered and applied in several ways. Number one, the first one is behaviour changes. Making small positive changes in your daily habits and lifestyle can create a ripple effect or make it easier to layer on more positive habits that will help you create the weight loss results you want. For example, choosing to listen to this podcast could be layered with choosing to listen to other self-development podcasts on other days of the week, which could be layered with a daily walk or paired with a daily walk, which could be then have attached to it, or you can create a habit of always drinking a large glass of water after your daily walk, or taking a bottle of water and sipping that whilst you're walking. Okay. Then all of a sudden, you've now got 3 things that you're doing every single day that are going to help you create the results that you want. You're creating this ripple effect very quickly and easily. You've got benefits of the mindset shifts and other self-development inspiration. You are more hydrated and you're getting some movement in. Okay, very quickly and simply. You're starting with one habit, listening to a daily podcast, and you create ripple effects because you realize that you can pair others with those. We also have ripple effects of when it comes to how you feel. When you start with making very small changes and you're doing them consistently as a part of your weight loss journey, you start to feel as though you're making progress. You start to feel capable. You start to feel that weight loss is possible. And the more you feel capable and the more you believe weight loss and changing your relationships with food is possible for you, the more motivated you will feel to make more changes. Remember the weight loss version of Elrod's equation? Evolving belief and active engagement with unwavering action equals a downward weight loss trend and improved relationship with food and yourself. Okay, so what you're doing here is creating evolving belief alongside active engagement. And of course, we have other ripple effects. We also have physical, feeling, and health-related ripple effect benefits. Even before you've lost weight, if you're replacing refined and ultra-processed food with whole food alternatives, chances are you're going to notice improved energy, maybe have clearer, brighter skin. You might not have that mid-afternoon energy slump that has you reaching for a snack. You might even sleep better. Feeling better in this way means you're not turning to food to compensate for being tired, and maybe instead you have more energy, you feel more inclined to go for a walk, both of which will help you with sustainable weight loss. And there's also a ripple effect when it comes to self-perception and confidence. Creating a downward weight loss trend can have a ripple effect when you see yourself making progress by increasing self-esteem and body positivity. This positive self-perception may then both provide you with more motivation for your weight loss journey and extend beyond weight loss and influence other areas of your life, such as career goals, relationships, personal development. And of course, when you're happier in the other areas of your life, you're less likely to feel the need to turn to food for comfort, stress management, to treat yourself, etc., etc. All of the needs you've been trying to meet with food become met elsewhere. All right. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So to recap, we spoke about the different approaches to taking action and the difference it makes. We also covered evaluating what you do and don't do. We covered the benefits of detaching yourself from the results of the actions that you take. And we talked about the ripple effect of taking action. And again, if you would like to learn how to create a weight loss mindset, I would love you to join the online class we have taking place on Thursday, the 20th of July. You can find out more about the class at www.thebestyou.coach/reg01. And when you register, you will get sent the workbook ahead of the class, and you'll also get access to the replay. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good week and to take care. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast and are ready to live a more intentional life, lose weight as a part of that journey, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, then I would be honoured to have you join the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy membership and coach with me. The programme offers different levels of support to suit you, including self-paced learning, twice weekly calls, private coaching, an amazingly caring community, and lots more. Find out all the details about when and how you can join at www.thebestyou.coach/coaching.